Hello, beautiful goddesses. It's Maya, and I am outside at the park, my favorite place to be. I'm trying to get some good lighting here. Let's see if we can get some good lighting. It's getting dark, and I just finished with a meeting, so I was going to do this recording earlier on in the day, but here we are. I just wanted to just say hello. That's all. I just wanted to say hello to each one of you and send some energy to each one of you in the group. And I'd also like to share just a little tidbit, just what's on my mind today that feels like the right thing to share with all of you. And here it is. I invite you to consider, ponder, go deep into your inner knowing and ask yourself, what do you truly value? What are the things that are really important to you in your life? And I'll give you an example of what I'm getting at. For me, a couple of the things that I really, really value. Hello, someone just joined me, but I can't see who it is. Hi. Some of the things that I truly, truly value that make me happy in life, that are really important to me, are having a very peaceful lifestyle. Kind of boring. It's actually nice. I mean, actually my life is interesting, but just peaceful and low drama, I really value that. That's very high on my values list. And nature, having time in nature and having a lot of time for just peace and contemplation, those are things that are really important to me. Those may or may not be important to you. So my question for you is, what are the top 3 things that you value most in life? Now, you may not have much of these things. You might not have cultivated those things yet. But that's why I'm asking you this important question. Because I believe that you really can cultivate the life and the lifestyle that you really want. And that lifestyle is going to look different than what my ideal lifestyle would be. Everyone is unique. And our ideal lifestyle is based on what we really value. So someone else might highly value adventure and excitement. And I love adventure, but it's not the highest on my list. So I look at the things that are the most highly valued. And those are the things that I really want to cultivate. So you have some homework. I'd like for you to reply in the thread below and share the top 1 to 3 things that pop into your mind that you value most. Now remember, those might not be things that you have enough of in your life right now. That doesn't mean that you don't value them. It means that for whatever reason, you just haven't been cultivating those things in your life. But you can start doing that today. So the first step is to recognize what those things are that you value. And the second step is to acknowledge those things to other people. So share them in the Facebook group, in the thread below, so that you can declare for what you value in life. What's important to you? At least one thing, but hopefully 3 that you can list. And then the next step is for you to brainstorm ways that you can cultivate more of those things that you value. I think in our culture, we're taught to ignore those things that we really value. Depends on what those things are. There's this belief like, how dare you go after what you really want? And so many people in our culture are just miserable. I know something I see quite often on Facebook posts are comments about how people feel too busy and too pulled too many different directions, and that is a sign that that person is not in alignment with their values. So, because they're not feeling stressed. If their core value was about having excitement and things being really busy, and they loved that, then they wouldn't feel unhappy with it, right? So, what are your core values? Your top 3 core values, and is your life in alignment with those? Most likely not. So now is the time to get creative and figure out ways to cultivate those qualities, those values. And I think that the cultivating part is where sometimes people can come into resistance, because again, we're so conditioned by our society to believe that it's either selfish or it's impossible to cultivate those things. Like, for example, being over busy. If that isn't aligned with your core values, then you're gonna be miserable. And then, but there's this tape that plays in your head that says, well, my kids need me, and but my boss needs me at work, but. And we have all this resistance to creating the lifestyle and the life that truly makes us happy. So remember, don't believe everything that you've been conditioned to believe. Try to open your mind to the possibilities that you actually could be living in alignment with your core values. And I can't wait to see your comments below. And by the way, these are not just pipe dreams. I mean, this is, I live this way. I live in accordance with my core values, and I know that other people can too, but I didn't used to. I used to be very conditioned by my upbringing and by society, until I finally realized that it didn't need to be that way. And the only person who can really make you happy in your life is you. And the only way that you can do that is to discern what your true values are and nurture your lifestyle in ways so that you can be aligned with those values. So let's do some sharing in the Facebook group. Share what your top 3 values are. And then I want you to get to work in aligning your lifestyle. Get creative when you hit those blocks, those resistances. Just acknowledge them as they're just resistances. That's all. You can move through those. I look forward to seeing your resistances. Sending you all my love.